Hi, so in my last video I asked you if I should start posting twice a week. One is a fun video and the other is kind of like a sit down talk kind of video, you know? So most of you said yes, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. If you guys like it, then yeah. So for today's video, I'm gonna be answering some of your questions. So I asked you on Instagram if you have any questions, and I honestly got more questions than I expected. So I'm gonna be reading through them and answering your questions. But before I start this video, I have to say that all of the answers I'm gonna be giving are based off of my experience and based off of the things I've been through. So if you need any kind of professional help, then you should obviously go see a professional, like a doctor, psychiatrist, therapist, dietitian, all those people, because they know what they're doing. I don't. I'm just sharing my journey. So please do not take the answers that I give as like facts or like things you should do. I'm just, I just have to say that just in case. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the questions. First question was, how fast was weight gain? To be honest, it wasn't as fast as I thought. Again, that's just how it was for me. It differs, each body is different. But for me, the weight gain was very gradual at first. But then when I was being tube fed, I gained so much weight in a short period of time, so the weight gain was pretty fast. But again, that differs between each person, because like some people might get tube fed but gain weight slowly because their intake would be lower than my intake back then. So yeah, but if you have concerns about how much you're gonna gain or how fast you're gonna gain weight, then I think you should talk to your dietitian or doctor or any person who's in your treatment team, because they know what's best for you and your body. It's hard, but you can do it. Like, yeah. Question number 2 is, what's the hardest thing you overcame in recovery? That's kind of a hard question because I faced many challenges in recovery, just like everybody. But I feel like the main challenge, or like the thing that was hardest for me, was actually like opening up to my treatment team and talking about like everything, like my whole life, because I used to always I used to open up to them. I just wouldn't give them details, or I would just avoid certain topics and wouldn't mention it because I thought it wasn't a big deal, when in reality they kind of were. But other than that, I think stopping the purging behavior that I was doing was probably the hardest. Like, I never ever thought I was ever gonna be able to stop, because I was doing that almost every day and it was just too exhausting, and it was just on my mind all the time. Like, whenever I think of food, I would think of purging, and that was just very so yeah, I feel like that was the hardest part. So yeah. Third question, I think, is, what was your meal plan like? Now, I still have the same meal plan that I was on when I was at the hospital. So for every meal, I'm supposed to have a source of protein, a source of carbs, a source of fats, a source of milk, veggies, and fruits. And I can divide those between like breakfast and a snack, or like lunch and a snack, but for every meal I should have all 6 of these items. So yeah, that's what my meal plan consists of, and that's what it's like. Another question asks if I still follow a meal plan, and yes, I do. And the thing is, I posted about this a while ago, I'm not sure when. But the reason why I'm still following a meal plan is because my hunger cues aren't the best at the moment. And if I would actually like follow my intuition, I probably would be eating a lot less than what's recommended because I'm having some appetite issues. Like I'm never hungry, so like I can't really trust my intuition and go with it, you know. So I still have to follow a meal plan, and again, like there's nothing wrong with having to follow your meal plan. I know like the recovery community, I guess, it's all like intuitive eating, going all in. Some people can't do that, and that's okay. It doesn't make you weaker in any way. It's just how it is. Each person goes through their own unique journey, and that, yeah. So please keep that in mind. Okay, here's a question. Are you weight restored and does it show? I'm not weight restored yet, but I'm working on it. Like I'm on the right track. Does it show? Like yes. I get comments about looking better and looking healthier and all that stuff, which is okay, but like it kind of sucks sometimes, especially when you're having a bad day. But yeah, it obviously does show. Like my body has changed a lot, and it's also gonna change a lot in the future, and like I'm trying to accept it and I'm trying to like go with it. Next question is, which is better, inpatient or outpatient treatment? Now, both are obviously very helpful if you do it the right way. Again, if your treatment team thinks, wow, my hair is wow. If your treatment team thinks that the fuck, I'm gonna fix my hair and then I'm gonna continue talking because it's doing its own thing. So, again, check with your doctors. If they think it's best for you to go inpatient, obviously do that. I'm nobody to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just giving I'm just sharing my personal experience. And if it were up to me and I had to choose between inpatient and outpatient, I would probably stick with outpatient because, yeah. But again, going inpatient or not going inpatient doesn't make your struggles any more or less valid. So, yeah, just I have to throw that out there because I feel like a lot of people might feel like they aren't really sick if they don't go inpatient, which is not true. Like, so many people don't have to go inpatient. A lot of people, actually. And they can still recover, and their struggles are just as valid as those who do go inpatient. So, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna talk more about this. Next question is, do you still have anxiety attacks? What happens? Okay, so the next question is, do you still have anxiety attacks? What happens during one? To be honest, I'm not sure if there's a difference between anxiety and panic attacks. But I think that I do have panic attacks, and also it differs between each person. For me personally, I kind of struggle with the shortness of breath. My heart would be beating very fast, I'd be shaking, my muscles would get tense, I'd be sweating but also feeling kind of cold. And sometimes it gets to a point where I dissociate, and I feel like that's more related to the PTSD part. But I'd be having a panic attack and then I'd dissociate, and then I just have no idea what happens after that. So like I completely black out, I think I pass out. Like, yeah, I've passed out multiple times after having panic attacks, but those are like the very intense and bad ones. So yeah, that's what happens during a panic attack. And yes, I do still have them. I actually had one last night. But like I'm good. I'm trying to learn how to cope with them. So yeah. Um can you talk about how you plan on dealing with weight restoration? Okay, I was reading it very slow because like I had to zoom in. Anyway, um, I'm still trying my best to work on the weight gain kind of thing because like I've gained some weight now. I've gained a good amount. Electricity went off. Welcome to Lebanon. Um, so I gained a good amount of weight. And looking at my body now, I don't really feel that comfortable in it yet. But what I do try to do is I look at it and I just look at it as a body, and I remind myself that I never look at people and judge them, I guess, by how they look. Like I never look at a person and I'm like, oh, they look so thin, or like, oh, they look overweight. So I feel like that I hopefully that's what people think of me. Like they don't look at me and see a body. They look at me and see me, this. So yeah, that's kind of one thing that's helped a lot. If you're having like one of those very bad body image days, I strongly suggest oversized hoodies, sweatpants, things that hide your body. Like I basically live in this stuff. Like, you know, I like now I just have my sleeves up because it's hot, but I usually like, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I do, and that's what's been helping. But don't stay in your hoodies or in your joggers, or you know, don't do that for long, because like after all, it's your body, you're gonna have to deal with it. So try dealing with it one step at a time, and also talk to your therapist because they can probably help you more, because I am nobody to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just sharing what helps me. I feel like I'm gonna keep repeating this, but like I feel like I have to say it. Okay, next question is, how do you see yourself in the future? Hard question. I hope that at some point I'm gonna be able to help others, because like that's like my main goal, and that's kind of why I started this channel and why I started my Instagram account. So yeah, I do hope that I'm gonna be able to help people, and I hope that I'd be able to overcome all the stuff that I'm working on in therapy now. But I kind of find it hard to look at the future now because I'm still kind of struggling with a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I do have like a tiny bit of hope for things to get better, and I'm holding on to that bit of hope. This question is it kind of goes with the previous one, and it's, what are your plans for the rest of the year? Um, in Lebanon, it's hard to say. Like, I have no idea. I heard that my university is shut down. Like, I don't know. I basically don't have anything to do with my life. So I'm just focusing on my YouTube and Instagram and that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to help as many people as I can. Not like in a professional way, but like be there for them as a friend. So I don't really have plans for this year. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm just, at this point, I'm just taking it one day at a time, because like if I look into the future now, I'm probably gonna, I'll just freak out. So let's not do that. Biggest thing recovery has helped you gain slash appreciate. so many things. Like recovery sucks, not in a bad way, like it's hard, but it has changed my life, and I'm trying not to be dramatic, but it honestly has. Like I for I don't know, for as long as I remember, all I could think about was food, how much I was gonna eat, how little I was gonna eat, how I was gonna get rid of what I ate. I didn't really have time to think about anything else. And now I kind of do, and it's crazy how much you can do when you're not stuck in a constant fight with yourself. Um, and I actually posted about this on Instagram, like things I gained in recovery. So if you want to check it out, I have a post about that. So this one says, I have a real shit relationship with food. Same. I'm kidding. I just I don't know if I can I joke about this stuff? Like, is it okay? Uh, but how do you know if it's considered an eating disorder or not? Now, I obviously can't diagnose. Like, I can't tell you if it is or if it isn't. But if you think that you might have an eating disorder, or maybe if it's just disordered eating, then I do suggest you go see like a dietitian who's specialized in eating disorders. And I can't emphasize on that enough, because like I've seen so many professionals in the past, and I've told them that I feel anxious whenever I eat, or like I told them basically about my relationship with food, and they were like, "Oh, it's fine. Like it's nothing. You'll get over it." Um that obviously didn't happen. So, please, if you want to go see someone who's specialized. And a lot of the times, some disordered eating habits might turn into an eating disorder, and sometimes they might not. So I can't really tell if it's an eating disorder because I don't know how your relationship with food is. But I do suggest you get that checked out, and yeah, because it's for the best. Another question is, how has having an eating disorder affected your life, like socially, friendships, relationships, etc.? Um, I think for the longest time I would like avoid going out with friends. I would avoid going out with family because I just, whenever we'd go out, food was included, and that made me anxious. And I was like, nope, thank you. So I missed out on a lot of stuff. And even like when I was at school, I wouldn't join in on any of the fun things we used to do because it had to do with food, and I used to just panic. And I didn't really know it was an eating disorder then, but I was just like, I can't, like I cannot cope. Like I would run to the bathroom and hide, and it was just bad. So yeah, now I'm so grateful that I don't have to go through that fight with myself anymore. Like I can be more open, and I can go out and have fun and enjoy my time. So yeah, that I hope this answers the question. Yeah, also like relationships. Um if you mean like romantic relationships, it definitely did affect, like I wouldn't ever go out on dates because it had to do with food, and I just didn't want that. So, and yeah, I was kind of insecure about my body and myself, and that's something that I'm still working on. So yeah, it definitely did affect everything. Next question is, does your treatment team know about your account? And does your family know about it? You've always said it's your safe place. Um, I'm not sure if they know. My dietitian does know that I have an Instagram account. Um, so yeah. But I don't think anybody else knows. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, they don't they don't really know, because I feel like it would be very awkward, because like, I don't know, I feel like at some point, I don't know when, but at some point I'm gonna be like, hey, I do this. um but not anytime soon. But yeah, like my dietitian does know about my Instagram account. Not sure if she knows about this channel. And my family does know. I actually shared the post on my main account, or like private account, um, where I kind of talked about all my struggles, because some people were finding my account without me telling them about it. So I'd have people I know follow me, and I would panic every single time, and I'd block them, and I'd make my account private, and I do all that stuff. And now I'm just like, okay, they know. Like, I talked about it. They can follow me if they want to. They can ignore me if they want to. Like, that's fine. What else? I think this is gonna be the last question, because oh shit, I've been recording for way too long. Did you exercise or walk in recovery, or remain totally inactive? Now, when I was at the hospital, I obviously, like, I wasn't allowed to move. I was on complete bed rest. But now that I'm out, I'm not exercising. It's just that I do normal stuff, like I go walk to the kitchen and make myself tea instead of asking someone to make me tea because I can't walk, that kind of stuff. It's not like I exercise or do stuff. When I first got discharged, I was kind of like trying to be active, but also trying to keep it, like, hide it. But then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm in recovery. I don't want to get myself into another kind of eating disorder. So I just kind of stopped. So yeah, now I'm not doing anything. And I think that's it. Did I? There are some questions for my family, so I'm gonna keep those for later. If you like this video, I can do more videos like this. But yeah, I think that's it. Now I'm gonna have my family answer the questions that you guys asked. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions, either DM me, leave them in the comments, ask them, or like follow me on Instagram and wait till I do another one of these. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and I hope it was helpful in any way. And yeah, okay, that's it. Bye.
Hello guys, so today we're describing my baby sister in 3 words. So first, she is kind. Second, she is persistent. And third, she is deceptive.
So I have to describe my sister in 3 words. Let's see. 1, I would say she's awkward, and you would say she's awkward, and everyone would say she's awkward. 2, she's stubborn. She's like super stubborn. And 3, she's kind. She's generous. She's super sensitive. She is super sweet. She's so much fun. She's funny. She's super lame at times. Yeah, she's all that good stuff as well. Did I mention she's like awkward sometimes?